How's it going, guys? So, I want to talk about online dating and I want to talk about social media today. And I want to address social media first with regards to women. So, this is us too. So, when I'm looking on Instagram, we're going to speak about Instagram specifically today. Facebook, I guess you could apply this to Facebook as well. I'm sure YouTube can be on there too, but on Instagram, you see all these women out here on Instagram, and they're garnering attention by basically showing themselves half naked on Instagram. So they're half naked on Instagram, and naturally, a lot of guys they like the pictures. I mean, I get it. I get that. I guess my problem with the whole thing is that I think we have this whole culture now of women who are on social media, and that's a lot of women out here. And I'm not saying all of them, but there are a good deal of them. But these women on social media, they basically they 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 judge their self worth by how many likes that they have, and it's crazy that you see young adults and even women in their 20s, 30s. That's how they get their sense of purpose and sense of self worth is through likes and through how many people comment on their pictures. And I think one what that does is that if you happen to be unlucky enough to be dealing with one of these women who's one of these Instagram chicks, and hopefully she hasn't bought into the whole Instagram thing. Hopefully she just realizes it's just Instagram, and the guys who are liking her pictures and commenting on her pictures probably have no teeth and have they weigh 290 pounds and live in a trailer and a grease stained wife beater. Women, I mean, excuse me, men. Both most of these women probably wouldn't even want to talk to. But anyway, that's probably who a lot of these women getting their likes from. And of course, there are regular guys who are giving likes to. But going back to what I was saying, my point is that if you happen to be dating one of these women out here, and I know they're out there, these regular chicks, and you're dating her, her whole self worth is so warped that I just couldn't imagine that any man could date her because her whole sense of self worth is basically because how many followers she has. And if she has a lot of followers, then now she looks at the kind of comments that she's getting, and now she thinks that her worth is exact. I guess her worth is higher because now she's getting all these great comments from these guys. And it's just, of course, most of the guys who are commenting, they just want to hit it. It's nothing serious. They probably wouldn't even date most of these girls on the site. They probably just hit it and run. And the guys who would date them, the women again, probably wouldn't want to date those guys. They wouldn't want them. So I just couldn't imagine dating one of these women. Their heads must be so far gone. They must be so crazy and so narcissistic. I couldn't imagine. And on the flip side of that, I wanted to speak about these guys on here on Instagram commenting, making these thirsty comments. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, I don't understand why. And listen, I'll like some of the pictures. Don't get me wrong, I like them. But the way these guys comment, you're so beautiful. Oh, I would marry you. Oh, you look like a wife. Or these corny, cheesy comments. I'm like, you need to cut it out. Because, I mean, I know there's some of these women who are buying into this, really believing that these guys really would want to wife you up or really would want to, spend time with you and take you out on dates and stuff. It just really messes it up for the next man. But I guess these women are really they're so damaged and they're so far gone now. I guess it really just doesn't even matter. But um, it's just crazy. And when you have some women out here, again, this goes back to us as men. There's some of us guys out here who really mess things up for all of us. For instance, there are a lot of guys out here who just put up with way too much out of a woman. They put up with way too much from this woman. They do way too much for her. They're way too lenient, and this is part of American culture. I think a lot of American culture now, men have been pretty much emasculated, when they can't be the man they want to be. So now they have to kind of be subservient to their wives and their girlfriends. And listen, I'm all about treating a woman the right way. I'm all for it. But you got to draw a line in the sand, and you can't allow a woman to run you ragged. That's nonsense. So what happens is that when you date some of these women out here, or you meet some of these women out here, you find out that what she's been dealing with is men who've been putting up with her bad behavior for all these years. And when she finally confronts a real man, which she claims she wants, a real man, but when she meets this real man and he confronts her about her bad behavior, because no good man is going to put up with that behavior, she doesn't know what to do. Immediately she goes into defense mode. Immediately she thinks she's being attacked and being criticized unfairly, because she's never had a real man in her life to tell her, listen, what you're doing is unacceptable. The way you're acting is unacceptable. We're not going to accept that. It's so many of these guys out here, man, who really help to further, I guess, blind these women to the truth and to the reality that these women say they want a good man, but when they get a good man, they really don't know what to do with him, because no one has really ever called them on their bad behavior. No one has ever put them in their place, and when they get it, they just don't know what to do. So I think that's why a lot of women, they go back and forth with a lot of these guys out here who really don't mean them well. They can't find a good man because you really don't want a good man. You can't deal with a good man. That's why a lot of good men out here, I don't deal with a lot of these women out here. I won't put up with their bad behavior. I won't do it. Not for 1 second. I choose to be in a relationship that I want to be in. I'm not going to just accept any bad behavior from a woman and she's going to think that I'm just going to just put up with it because she's pretty, or she got a big butt, or she has good sex. No, I don't think so. No. And that's the problem. There are too many men out here who are afraid because she got a big butt, but she's pretty. They're afraid to call her out on her behavior or leave her. They're afraid to do that. So therefore, you have all these women out here who are really tricked. They're deceived into really thinking that they're a so-called good woman. They're tricked into thinking that their worth is higher than it really is, because you got all these guys on Instagram and Facebook or hitting them up, and they think that, oh wow, I'm special, and they really start to believe their own lie. And that's the worst thing you could ever want to do, is believe your own lie. And it's sad. When I've seen delusional women out here, I've seen beautiful, I've seen drop dead gorgeous women out here who can't find a man. They can't find a man. These women are in their early 40s and going into the mid 40s, and they can't find a man. And there's no reason why a woman who's that attractive should be single. If you see a woman like that who's consistently single, you know this woman's got issues. She got issues. That's the only reason why she doesn't have a man. She got issues. She can't keep a man around because she runs him off. She's narcissistic, she's selfish, she's got bad behavior, and she's got a lot of damaged emotions. And it's sad. So with that, I'm going to end this video. So listen, if you like the video, like it, share it, give me some thumbs up, drop me some comments, and thanks for listening to Common Sense TV. Peace.